What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Adventurous Lee. This is Shannon Lee, your host. I don't know why I said that. Today, I wanted to share with you a trip we took with our adult children earlier this year to St. Martin. This is not a review, although I do outline some really fun things to do while you're in St. Martin, and I will link as many of them as I can remember in the description, including where we stayed, etc. Had to have the proverbial flight in. Here's our landing as we got on the island. As many people know, there's a Dutch and a French side. We stayed on the French side. This is us piling into our quote unquote full-size rental car. There are no Ubers there. And it was a little overcast the day we got there, actually a little blustery and rainy, but we had a beautiful early evening rainbow, as you can see here, which kind of kicked things off beautifully. And that weather really just, it left the island after about a day and a half that we were there, and we had beautiful weather the rest of the time. Here's a little bit about where we stayed. This is me talking on Marco Polo to one of my friends. So I downloaded this video and I'm going to go ahead and talk you through because the audio on this is terrible because of the wind. So our Airbnb was a home, and this is a part of that tour. And I start here with the carport area. We just left our car here, but there is a covered area for cars, as you can see. It's over here on the right. You can see those little openings there where I'm pointing. There's a place for your car. So I'm going to start the tour here as we take a look at the structure. Very contemporary / modern structure of this home. Coming up the stairs, just notice all the beautiful vegetation, all the trees and plants. I just love tropical trees and plants. They're just gorgeous. And you can see the ocean there poking through. That's all sand down there. As you make your way into the home, there's a nice entryway here. That's one of the bedrooms that I'm pointing to right there. Unfortunately, when I made this video, everyone except for myself and Chris, and I think maybe one other person, were taking naps. And so I can't really show the bedrooms except for ours, but that's okay. They're all beautiful, huge. I'll talk more about those in a second. This is the living area. One of the reasons why I chose this Airbnb was because of how much space it had for us to lounge. There were 7 of us, so we needed a lot of room. And along those same lines, there was this dining table that sat 8 people, which was great because we knew that we would not be eating out every night. Huge deck area, which I get to a little bit later in this segment. And now we go into the kitchen. There were actually 2 refrigerators. That's the first. There are actually 2 sinks, a little hidden microwave up in here. Obviously the oven right there, as you can see, a cooktop. That's the second of 2 sinks with a drying rack. And then the rest of the kitchen here with the coffee station, some shelves, and the other sink, lots of storage, dishwasher there, and then the other refrigerator, which is really built into this cabinetry. So we use this one for all of the drinks, and then we use the other one for all of our food. Back in this hallway, as you make your way down to the left, there is a half bath. Down here to the right, that's our room, but right here are the other 2 bedrooms. And then the 4th bedroom is this one, which is the one where Chris and I stayed. Each bedroom, other than ours, was much bigger than this. This is actually the smallest of the rooms, but we chose this because it faced the ocean. The others didn't. And so all of the storage in these bedrooms is open like this, with like an open closet, baskets to put your things in, which honestly, we use that to voice our displeasure with roommates when we're on trips. At any rate, the storage is plentiful. It's just not a closed dresser, I guess is the point I'm trying to make. Everyone had an ensuite bathroom. So this was a 4-bedroom, 4.5 bath Airbnb, which we loved because I wanted everyone on the trip to have their own private space. That was a walk-in shower. And then of course, a water closet here that faces the opposite end of the house. Now I'm going to make my way out onto the patio, which again, we wanted this room because we wanted to just have our screen open at night so that we could listen to the waves, and the waves were crashing when we got there. As I said, it was kind of windy, a little blustery, a little stormy our first day and a half, and that's okay. That's why all of those linens were out, because they were all drying from getting rained on. A grill, and then there is a closet here that really had everything that you could need, ironing board, you know, things to take out on the beach like snorkel gear, coolers, etc. and cleaning materials if you needed them. But of course, they do have a cleaning crew. This Airbnb included cleaning 2 times during our stay, 2 times during our stay. So that was super nice. Now, both times that they came, there really wasn't a lot to clean up, but it was nice. And they always gave us a heads up. The host always said, hey, the cleaning crew is coming today. Just wanted to let you know. So that's really nice. Then you have this huge deck area. This area goes down to the washer and dryer. Then back up to the deck, there's this huge banquette seating here with an enormous table. You could bring an umbrella to put on that table if you wanted to. This did walk down to the beach, which I share in the next video. There's the pool, just so much room. All of the cushions over there do come over onto those chairs, and we did pull them out eventually, but we were waiting till the rain was over. The rain had stopped temporarily right now, but it did start up again a little bit later. But as you can see, just gorgeous views, plenty of room for everyone to spread out or to hang out, whatever you wanted to do. We absolutely, absolutely loved this house, and I will be sure to link this Airbnb location in the description in case you are interested. Anyone who wants to know the price for this, it does vary by seasons, and we paid, I think, around $13,000. Since it's been beautiful here, I also wanted to show you our little beach. It's not a beach that you can like put a chair on and lay out, okay? But this is the walkway down. It's nice because there's like a sprayer to get this sand off your feet. And actually, I'm gonna leave my shoes right here. So it's really rocky. And you can't get in because actually the waves are really low now. When we got here, because of the storms that were here, the waves were so high, and at night they're so loud. But it's not like you really can't get in the water, because getting out of the water, you would eventually slam up against one of these rocks. And I'll give you a slow. And then that's the house. There are plenty of restaurants within walking distance of our Airbnb, as well as beach areas. We walked down our first day and got a meal at this seaside restaurant. It was so nice, called the Sunset. And we had some really yummy food, great view of the beach. And it was also right there at Maho Beach, which is where the airplanes fly in, and you can stand underneath them as they fly in. Here's some of the food that we had. Absolutely delish. And I will show some footage of that airplane here in a little bit. And that evening we had a gorgeous sunset despite the previously stormy skies.
1 day later.
The next day, though, we had a mishap with the car. Someone was, one of these guys who remained nameless, was driving and ran over some sharp rocks, and we ended up with 2 flat tires on our brand new rental car. But Avis was fantastic, came out and fixed them, and they even swapped us out to a different car the next day, which was awesome. This is me in front of our new car and saying all is well, no stress. Just ready to get out and explore. Now, this next day was still a little rainy, but we didn't want that to hold us back. So we drove around the French side and found this cool restaurant. It was outdoors, but we were under a carport, if you will, but it wasn't a carport. It was under basically like a patio that was covered, and you can still see a lot of the rain getting through there, but this is just a few of us cheesing here for the camera. The food was delicious. It was a super expensive meal. Everything on the island was kind of pricey, but it was so worth it. It was just a beautiful time with the kids and having our second full meal. Most of the meals in the evenings, we did go out to eat a few evenings, but the other evenings we each took turns cooking something. So since there were basically 4 households represented, we had 4 meals out. And then the other 3 nights we had 4 meals in, and the other 3 nights we ate out. Just more views of that restaurant, just because we thought it was so quaint and so cute. This is the other side of that restaurant overlooking the ocean. So many of the restaurants had that ocean view. We also went on a drive around the island the next day just to see the sights and to take pictures from more of the mountainous or more of the tall hills. So these are just some of the views that were over on the French side looking into the Dutch side. We learned a lot about the history of St. Martin and took some selfies and ussies while we were up there. Great photo of Kaylee and her husband Tyler. Tyler again with our son Jaron. Tyler's our son-in-law. And then the next day, we kind of split into groups. There was a fishing group, and then there was a group that went and rode Let's see what Nia does here. Was she successful?
Oh, did it come off?
Yes, she was. She got her fish, and I think everybody caught a fish that day. While they were fishing, Jaron and Kaylee and I went jet skiing, but they had a great trip. They were gone most of the day, and then this is us jet skiing. Well, not jet skiing, just posing for the jet ski. But while we were jet skiing, the area we were in, we saw lots of really cool boats. And then we all met up at the Dirty Sanchez bar and had some drinks and some food for a late lunch. And we fed at the dock some of these fish that were absolutely bananas.
Don't even give me a second to think about it.
Later that night, we went to the casino, which was fun. We each took some cash with us. Kaylee won $100 in this little like grab machine, which was fun. But I think the favorite day of everyone was a few days later, we went out on a boat and we were there for about 5 hours. We were with a bunch of other people we didn't know. So we got to meet some new friends, and the folks running the charter actually took out a grill on the boat and made us food. Our fee for the day for each person included unlimited drinks and our food. And here's Tyler showing off his gymnastic skills.
Yeah!
He said he was pretty drunk when he did that, but I thought he looked great. I thought he looked totally sober. Just a view from the boat, looking at the seaside. And here's that plane coming in. This is literally it'll blow you over if you're not careful. I just wanted to show this picture. We saw so many boats that looked like pirate boats, and we heard that it was common for there to be pirates. This is in the evening. We just went to a restaurant down the street and got some live music. One of our last nights, we celebrated Naya's birthday. She turned 25 a couple days after vacation, so we wanted to be sure to celebrate her with her. This is Naya and Kaylee just having a good time that night. We did not eat that big steak. We just wanted to see it. It was a 64-ounce tomahawk steak. This is also us watching the Super Bowl. My husband was able to figure out a way to get the Super Bowl for us out of the country, and we did watch it. They fell asleep before the end. I had to wake them up to see the Chiefs win the Super Bowl this year. Who's the real football fan? Final photos here. This is a photo of the Airbnb from the water and from our Airbnb looking out on the water. Final words from our son, Jaron.
All right, what's up, everybody? My name is Jaron, and I'm at my new crib, and just got it. And I want to let you guys know 3 ways to get to where I'm at now today. One, start with reading 50 books a day, at least. Okay. Number 2, freaking don't listen to the haters and just go forward. Okay. 3.
Crypto.
Disregard the first 2
And buy crypto.
and be dope, okay? That's it.
So this is us on our last day getting some final photos. We had a fantastic time. I highly recommend going to St. Martin. There are resorts and hotels on the island. This is one of those islands that I recommend getting an Airbnb and really getting out and seeing the place. Until next time.